What's up, my fitness family? Brent Casper here with BKPT. And I want to educate you guys on the 5 best beginner at home strength training exercises using just your body. So make sure you like, subscribe, and mash that notification bell. That way you're notified as all the newest content is coming out. You know, if you've been following me at all, I'm always trying to teach you the most efficient, most time-saving strategies to working out. But guess what? Sometimes you're at home, sometimes you have no equipment, and sometimes you're just scared to use anything. So therefore, I want to teach you the 5 best body weight strength training exercises. So stay tuned, all right? So of course, what do you think? Number 1. I know it could be a squat, it could be a push-up, it could be a pull-up, it could be an inverted row, but there's no right order to these. I just want to show you them, okay? So these are 5 of the best. We're going to start with a push-up, but I don't want you to do an incorrect push-up, so therefore I'm going to teach you not only the 5 best exercises, but things to do, not to do, so that way you're doing it right and you're not going to hurt yourself, all right? So when getting into a push-up position, you want to make sure you lay flat on the ground. So if you can't do a push-up, I'll show you some other versions as well. But you want to lay flat on the ground. And you want to make sure your hands are by your chest, okay? So a lot of times when I'm starting with a new client, I usually put like either a jump rope or a band, or I'll put them on a point where there's some straight line right here that they could put their hands on and lay their chest on also. So that way it gets them in alignment. Because you don't want to be here, and a lot of times people will start doing their push-ups, especially when they get tired, you know, with their hands above their head, and all of a sudden they're putting too much pressure on their shoulders, and you get shoulder injuries. So right here, laying down, flat on your stomach, good starting position. If you can go from your toes, keep your body nice, tight, straight. If you can't, guess what? You can do the same thing from your knees. See how my body didn't change position? It's just a matter of, you know, whether I'm on my toes or on my knees. It's just good control. Try to keep your lats engaged, pushing, but make sure you feel it in your chest. If you don't feel it in your chest, you primarily feel it in your shoulders. You know, just check your hand positions. If you're feeling it in your triceps too much, and sometimes you're a little too narrow, so you want to make sure you're building that chest. It's a good compound joint movement. So that's what it's all about, getting the most efficient, you know, getting the most engagement in the exercises. So number 1 is the push-up. Number 2, I'm going to show you is the squat, okay? So with a squat, especially if you're just starting up, you know, you want to make sure you have like a seat behind you, so that way it gives you the comfortability of not falling backwards. But sometimes the fear, people have fear of falling, so therefore they start leaning on their toes, and doing an improper squat does in fact add too much pressure to your knees, so therefore, you know, you're going to end up hurting yourself again also. So, and a lot of times it's not like you just all of a sudden get hurt. It's just with repetition. So if you're continually doing it improperly, then you're going to get hurt. So, you know, if you need to, videotape yourself. Send it to me. I'll check it for you. All right? So sit back on your heels and standing up. Sit back on your heels, standing up. All right? So this is great for quads, hamstrings, glutes. It's primarily quads, which is the front part of your legs. And then also, you know, your secondaries, you know, hamstrings and glutes. This is not one of the top 5, but if you wanted to make it a little bit harder, so if you're a little more advanced and you're like, man, I really like the squat's great, body weight exercise, a split squat. So one leg is elevated back behind you, same thing on the heel of your front foot, driving through that heel, you know, giving yourself a single-legged squat. So nice single-legged split squat. This is a great exercise. So once you've mastered the squat though. All right, number 3, we're moving right along. We're gonna do an inverted row. So you can use some chairs, bar stools. I got a little PVC pipe here, but you know, if you have a broomstick, you know, this is just something to do. me show you this angle instead, sorry. So you're just gonna set them side by side. Make sure the broomstick's gonna hold your weight. But it's a great exercise for getting your lats, rhomboids, so just right there in your whole back. Wanna make sure right outside your shoulder and pulling your chest up towards that bar. Pulling your chest up towards that bar. So really getting it up there. Good control on the way down. Do you see that? Do you see how slow I'm going down? So the biggest thing is you don't want to just like flop and overextend and get hurt. So I got your butt bridged up in the air, pulling your body up towards that bar. This is also a great exercise for those individuals who have any type of spinal injury. You're really trying to strengthen your back, but you don't want to get hurt. So it makes you engage your core, but at the same time, like when you're at the gym and you're doing a bent over row, your spine is exposed. So you want to make sure that obviously you keep your spine as safe as possible if you're going to be doing a row, and that is one of the best ones. You can use a TRX strap too, if you have some TRX straps or suspension straps, sorry. So that was number 3. So we've got the push-up, the squat, the inverted row. All right, and then we're gonna move into your hamstrings and glutes. All right, so hamstring glutes, obviously you have the bodyweight bridge. So bodyweight bridge, same thing. This is great for building. Also, anyone that has back issues too. You always see these in these therapy sessions. But just building those hamstrings. So a lot of times people sit so much in the day that they have lazy glutes. So you want to make sure that you awaken them. So it's just driving your hips up, squeezing your butt, and releasing back down. Okay, nothing's ever like jerky. It's not like 5,000 miles per hour. Hurry up, get it done, get out of there. So yeah, I might be teaching you time-saving strategies, but it's not rush your workout. It's do everything properly so that way you can engage it, mentally understand what you're working, and get the most out of it, all right? You want to take it to the next level. Same thing as a body weight. Just have some furniture sliders. That's all I have. You can use paper plates on, whatever, your hardwood floors or laminate flooring. And you're just going to pull your heels towards. So pulling those heels into you, keeping those toes straight up. Boom, drop your butt down, shoot it straight out. Pull, lift, drive them in. Just like that. All right, so that's number 4. So this is, like I said, this is great. So a lot of times people, they're stuck in a seat all day long, typing, doing all the different types of stuff that they do, because that's how you work or that's how you go to school. And this really helps to see how the position you're in this upright position like this. So your butt gets lazy. You get that flat butt. You don't want the flat butt. And it also creates a lot of back problems because people end up walking like this because they're so tight in through here. So this helps to activate those glutes and hamstrings, helps straighten your body back up so that way, you're taking care of yourself and you're counteracting all of that continuous occupational acting that you're doing. So that was number 4. Number 5 I have is the pull-up. So pull-up, obviously a great exercise. You want to make sure you're doing it properly. So when you grab a pull-up bar, it's always in that motion where you reach straight up. It's natural. Because if you go too wide and you go too narrow, it's not as good and healthy for your lats. You're hitting more traps and all kinds of, you're putting yourself in an awkward position, at least until you've mastered it, then you can kind of play with your hand positions. But originally, you're starting straight up, wherever your arms go, that's how you grab that bar. You're engaging those lats, and you're just looking up always and pulling up. So looking up always and pulling up. So look where you're going. It helps you to really engage those lats, helps you get that body arched back also, getting great control. Same thing, just like the inverted rows, nice and slow on the way down. If you don't have a pull-up bar, can't do pull-ups, obviously you can use a band, a resistance band. I gave out a video on the 6 best ways to get your first pull-up, so go check that video out as well. But if not, and you're like, dude, I ain't got a pull-up bar, there's no way I'm gonna get a pull-up in, even using the resistance band, even using those strategies for at least a little while, I've got to go to the next exercise, which this would be number 5 if you aren't doing that, which would literally be either a handstand push-up or just a push-up where you're engaging those shoulders. So your body's in a pike position, looking down between your legs and pushing towards the floor, or not pushing, relaxing towards the floor and then pushing away from the floor. Great shoulder exercise. And then obviously you can walk your feet up the wall to make it more difficult, just to challenge yourself. So guess what? Those are the 5 best beginner strength training exercises that you can do at home or anywhere with just your body weight. So hopefully you love these exercises. Hopefully you like the explanations. Make sure you comment in the description, or comment in the comment section below. And if you have a body weight exercise that you love, definitely share it with me. I love getting feedback. I love seeing what you guys like. And then, make sure you comment below. Give me some love. Show me some likes. And definitely subscribe. Mash that notification bell, that way you're notified as all the newest content is coming out. My name is Brent Casman. This is BKPT. See you in the next episode.